Hi, my name's James. I'm a 4th dan instructor in Shotokan Karate and a personal trainer as well. And today, I'm not in a gi. I'm doing a karate video, I'm not in my gi. I know, this is pretty weird, I feel a little bit uncomfortable myself. But there is a reason that I'm not in my gi. Today, I'm going to be taking you through my workout for improving your Kiba Dachi. Now this is something that I've been asked to do because a lot of you seem to be struggling with getting the depth of your start and being able to hold it there. A lot of you either start off low and end up coming up high. I'm especially looking at the first and second coups who tend to do their teki katas with straight legs. And that's not exactly how it should be done, is it? So on your own, you can do your pulse raiser, warm up however you want on a piece of cardio, something along those lines. You can do this workout at home as well with minimal equipment. You can even do it without equipment, you just need to adapt it slightly. But most of the exercises you should be able to adapt easily by either laying down or doing it just with body weight instead. So feel free to be able to do this at home, but it works even better in a gym. Now it's important to remember that you need to train properly. Okay, you need to be training your Kiba Dachi in club and when you're practicing. Okay, whenever you're doing karate, you need to be practicing it properly. You need to be getting a low start and trying to hold it. Push yourself, okay? You don't just need a magic exercise or workout that's going to solve all your problems. Okay, technique comes first. Now these exercises that I'm going to show you are closely linked with the movement patterns that we use with our Kiba Dachi stance. However, they're not going to be completely identical. Some of them will look similar, but it's important with strength and conditioning that you don't repeat the same movement patterns, because yes, you'll get stronger and develop that, but then it doesn't give you the adaptability that you need to be able to do the sport, or in this case, karate. So for this reason, I'm going to give you a variety of exercises that are going to help you to target your hamstrings, so the very back of your legs, the quads, the front of your legs, the abductor, which is going to be the outer thigh, the adductor, which is your inner, and then your glutes, which is your bum. Okay? Some of the exercises will also incorporate a little bit of your lower back as well, just to help support your posture. And it's important to remember to keep a tight core throughout all of these exercises. And even in your Kiba Dachi, a lot of people will tend to allow their bodies to drift in and out of position just because they haven't got a strong core. So these exercises will help with that as well. Right, let's get started. So as part of your warm-up, you should do a little bit of stretching just to help mobilize you. So what I would recommend is doing some side lunges. Okay, this will help to open out the inner thigh. So you should feel this stretch right here, and it will help to put more weight through onto your outer thigh and the quad, so all the muscles that you're going to be using when doing your Kiba Dachi and the exercises that I'm going to be showing. So you just alternate side to side, just hold it down for a second, and then gradually build that up. If you want to stretch more, you can hold it, but don't hold it for too long. We're not trying to improve our stretch, all we're trying to do is just warm it up, loosen it out a little bit more, get ready for the exercises we're going to be doing. Okay, now naturally, our knees are meant to come right out to the side when we do our Kiba Dachi. So what you can do is come down into Kiba Dachi, bring your elbows on the inside of your knees, and then from here, sit your hips down and push out. And you should feel a nice stretch on the inner thigh again. Again, this is getting you used to getting your hips low and now helping to push forwards into this stretch. And from here, it's nice and easy to lock the legs out and then come down into a splits position and just hold that stretch briefly. You can then rock forwards and back into it as well, which will help to loosen out your hips a little bit more. So if you have particularly tight hips, then a great way to mobilize them, as well as start to work your lower body muscles, so the glutes and the outer and inner thigh, then what you can do is you can do a fire hydrant, which is when you take your legs straight out to the side. So you're starting to activate those muscles and getting that mobility in your hip as well. And then a more advanced version of that, which is preferable because it allows you to rotate through the hip a little bit more, is when you circle the leg around. So you can go one way, and then you can go the other way. Taking it as far around as you can, trying to keep the hips still and in line, parallel with the shoulders. And you would do that on both sides. So I'd say do 10 seconds one way, 10 seconds the other way, maybe up to 30 seconds in total if you need to on each leg. So what you've done now is you've warmed up, you've stretched yourself out, and now you just need to do a couple of warm-up exercises just to help you to activate the right muscles. This one is a great transition because it will allow you to go from the stretching straight into those exercises. Start warming up some of those muscles before you then go on to the full workout. So the first exercise I want you to do is a frog pump. Now I want to do this as part of your warm-up to help activate your glutes and your outer thigh, so your bum and the abductor muscles. Now this is the muscles that you're going to help to push your hip forwards and hold your legs out to the side in Kiba Dachi. So what I want to do is 10 reps. So what you're going to do is lay back, bring your feet together, knees out wide, and then from here you're going to thrust the hips up, squeeze, and then bring it down again. I'm just going to bring it up and down 10 times. Okay? If you want to make this a little bit harder, you can bring your heels in even more, and you should feel an even stronger squeeze. And what you should do is feel that you're pushing your hips forward, similar to as you would in Kiba Dachi, or at least you should. So, to the front so you can see what I'm doing. Lay back, feet together, push through the sides of your feet, and lift yourself up. If that's too easy, you can wrap a band around your legs as well, so that way as you're pushing out, you're using even more of the abductors on the sides of your thighs. Now, I want you to do this so that you warm up properly, so that you get used to keeping the hips forward, you learn to squeeze the right muscles that are going to help you in these later exercises that I'm going to show you. So as much as this exercise should be part of your warm up for doing the exercises that I'm about to show you for the Kiba Dachi workout, if this exercise on its own is hard enough, then do 3 sets of 10, 4 sets of 10, something along those lines. You can do more reps if you want to, but I wouldn't exceed anything above 10. You can always add a weight onto your hips as well. So if you do like this exercise, then feel free to add this within your workout. So the first exercise you're going to do is going to be the one that you're going to lift the heaviest with, and that's going to be a Sumo Deadlift. So if you want to get a lot of power into your Kiba Dachi, then this is the exercise to do it on, as it's not so much of an accessory exercise, but one that's going to predominantly work on that explosive power and getting a lot of force through it. Okay, if you want to do this for reps, then that's absolutely fine. You can focus on the endurance of your legs, but this is going to be a good one to get power on if you can. So the Sumo Deadlift, what you want to do is have the bar up. Okay, you can do this with an Olympic bar. Okay, so if you want to see how that's done, then I'll add a little video in here. So when you approach the bar, your shoelaces underneath, okay, toes pointing out at a 45-degree angle, so it helps to open up the hips. Okay, you're going to bend your knees down, bring your hips back, keep your back straight, hold onto the bar, elbows on the inside of your knees, and then from here you're going to brace your lower back and focus on taking the hips up and forwards. Okay? So from here, drive up and in, squeeze at the top, and then bring it back down again. So up and then down. So what this exercise is going to do is it's going to help target your hamstrings a little bit more, as well as the glutes, and focus a little bit on the outer thigh as your feet are out wide, so you can focus on that thrusting motion that you would with the frog pumpers. Similar to that. So now you can start to see why we were using that within our warm-up. So side on, this is what the exercise looks like. So coming down, shoelaces right underneath the bar again. Come down, elbows on the inside of your legs. Push the hips back. Engage your core. And lift. Now this is an important exercise because you want to work your hamstrings to help support your stance. Otherwise, without this muscle, it's going to fatigue, because as your quads fatigue from holding this position constantly, your hamstrings will start to take over and they'll help to support your stance. Okay? Especially if you're moving in and out of stances, then your hamstrings are going to be required as well, which is why we want to get a lot of power in this. So the next exercise you're going to do is a curtsy lunge. Now this one you can do with or without weights, it's up to you. And this exercise is going to be helping you to move in and out of your stance. So if you're coming, say, from a front stance and you're moving in and out into a Kiba Dachi, then this exercise is going to help us. It's going to help to get that power from your outer thigh to drive forwards. Okay? So from here, all you're going to do is decide which leg you're going to go forwards with first. And you're going to come down, take your leg out to the side, keep your knee over your toes, and then bring yourself back up. So you're going to come down and up, keeping your body upright, down and up. Now you can do this on both legs. So you do either one side with, say, 12 reps and then 10, 12 reps on the other leg, or you can alternate sides, up to you. Whichever way you prefer to do it, you can do it alternate, or you can do one leg and then the other leg. Okay? And as I said, you can do this with weights as well. So just hold on to a free weight of sorts. So then from here, out to the side, and up. Now it doesn't matter if you take your leg right the way over here like I am, okay? That's just due to flexibility and strength. Okay, you can just bring it out to the side ever so slightly. All I'm going to focus on though is getting low with this lunge, but make sure your foot is at least ever so slightly the opposite side of your front foot. So this is more of an endurance-based exercise. You can put some weight into it as well. So I would say at least sort of 12 reps, and you want to be doing 3 or 4 sets depending on your level of fitness. So the next exercise we're going to do is going to involve a resistance band. Now you can superset this with the adductor machine and the abductor machine, particularly the abductor. The adductor is going to work the inner thigh. Now this is good to help bring your stance in, and if you want to include that, perfect. It's a great accessory exercise to help with that movement. So if you want to make that particularly snappy, so if you're on a stance and you want to bring it in nice and fast, then I completely agree, absolutely do that. Tailor it to you. But for most people, that's not entirely necessary just yet, and it's more important to focus on the outer thigh. Okay? So what we're going to do here is we're going to do some crab walks. So you want to have the band just above your knees, and you're going to come down into Kiba Dachi. Now most people, you're going to do this from a squat and they'll come in and out, okay, walking across the room, and they're going to stay in this squat position, okay? But because we're focusing on doing it in Kiba Dachi instead, you're going to want a slightly lighter resistance band so that you can take your knees further apart. So instead, you're going to start off in Kiba Dachi, okay, and then from here come in and out, okay? So you can go one way and then the other, or you can do multiple steps going one way and then multiple steps going the other way. Okay, this will also assist the holding of your Kiba Dachi because you're going to have to keep your hips down while you do the steps in and out. So this is particularly relevant and probably one of the best exercises to practice your Kiba Dachis in. So as you can see, it relates to how we hold the Kiba Dachi nice and low and step in and out. You can do it with speed and power, or you can do it really slowly. You can do it with both, up to you. Okay, just vary it up and just give that a go. Okay, so again, more of an endurance-based exercise this one. So focusing on 12 minimum reps on each side. Okay, what you want to remember is that the side that you're leading with, so if I'm stepping in and out this way, this is the leg and the side that I'm focusing on, because this is the one that's pushing out, okay? And then same again, as I'm stepping this way, this is the one that I'm leading with, okay? So you want to do it off of both sides. You can have the resistance bands around your ankles as well, okay? It's generally hard enough for most people around the knees because what you'll find is that knees will cave in, so that pushing out is going to be quite difficult for you. But if you can do that, then put it around your ankles as well, so get another one, and that'll work even better to then force your outer thigh to work even harder. So as I just mentioned, you can use the adductor and abductor machine. So if you go to a gym, that's all well and good, but if you're doing a home workout, then this can still work, okay, as long as you've got a resistance band. So all you have to do is sit upright, okay, take a slight lean so your legs are free, lift your feet off the floor, and then take your thighs out to the side, pushing your knees as far out as you can, squeeze, and then bring it back in. Okay, and you're going to repeat this for reps. Now, of course, what you can do, if you really want to, is in standing, you can just lift your legs straight up and down as well. And if you want to be able to kick in a Kiba Dachi, then this is a great exercise to do as well. And it's great for kicks in general, particularly your side kicks, because you're focusing on lifting that leg straight up as high as you can, holding it and then bringing it back down under control. You can do that laying down as well. You don't have to do it in standing. Adapt it to you. So for the adductor, all I've done is got a resistance band. I'm going to tie it around the chair and then bring it to my thigh again, and I'm going to tie a knot in it. What you want to do is take your legs out to the side to start with, so it's got a little bit of slack. Tie it up, wrap it around a couple of times, make sure it's nice and tight so it's not going to ping off. That hurts. Okay? Have your legs out, bring them up again, and then from here, bring it in and out. Make sure that the band is in line with the thighs and it's got a nice pull on it. Okay, what you can do is just wrap it around your thighs again if you need a little bit more resistance. So if you want to do this in standing and you've got something to attach it to, okay, you can do this on a chair just as I have. Just make sure you hold on to it, otherwise it pulls towards you. So push it away at arm's length. Keep it quite low, okay, so you want it on the calf or ankle, depending on where your surface is. And then from here, you're going to take your leg across your body. Okay, so for this next exercise, what you're going to do is you're going to find a flat surface on a wall, okay, somewhere that you can easily position yourself on. You can put your hips and back against it to keep yourself straight, and you're going to hold Kiba Dachi. Nice and easy, okay, you're just going to hold it, and this will help to strengthen your thighs and this positioning, okay? You're going to get as low as you can and hold it there. And what this is going to do is it's going to help strengthen your legs, okay? Not only that, it's going to allow you to endure more because you're going to fight through that lactic acid. It's going to burn like hell, but I promise you, the more you do this, the stronger your stance is going to be and the more you're going to be able to hold it. So again, find that surface. Straighten out your legs, watch your clock, okay, and you're going to come down, nice deep stance, and you're just going to hold it there. Don't push down on your thighs, just keep yourself upright, lean back against the wall slightly, support the stance, and hold. Okay, once you can do that easily, then you can easily come away from the wall and do exactly the same thing where you come down into stance, and you're just going to hold it there, keeping your back straight. Okay, for most people though, they'll drift forwards, so using the wall is always a good thing to start with. So for this exercise, what I'd advise is to test yourself, see how long you can hold it to start with, and then go from there. So if you can hold this for, 30 seconds on your first attempt, then what I'd say is do 4 sets of 15 seconds, and have about 30-second rest in between. If you can hold it for a minute, and then you'll give in, then I'd say you need to do about 30 to 45 seconds and then have about the same amount of time off. Now if you can hold this for 2 minutes or more, then you are looking at least holding it for a minute each time and then having 45 seconds rest, maybe even 30 seconds. The less rest you have, the higher the intensity this is going to be and the more it's going to burn, okay? So that's all there is for my Kiba Dachi workout. If you have any questions about any of these exercises, whether it's how to perform them or whether you should adjust the reps, sets or weights at all, and how you can develop either power, strength, speed or anything like that, then just post a comment down below or contact me through one of my social media channels. I'll be happy to help you with that. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to me just down below.